वेलकम वेरी वार्म वेलकम टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल। जिन्होंने भी मेरी बात सुनी और यहाँ तक आए हो मेरा वीडियो देखने के लिए, तुम लोग बहुत ऑसम यार। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर लव एंड सपोर्ट। मैं एक्सपेक्ट करता हूँ कि ये लव एंड सपोर्ट अभी ख़त्म ना हो जाए। एंड तक ये चैनल के लिए आप मुझे एक लव एंड सपोर्ट, एक सपोर्ट देते रहे लास्ट तक। मैंने इंस्टाग्राम में पूछा था कि तुम्हें क्या लगता है कि मैं कौन से लैंग्वेज में बोलूँगा इन यूट्यूब वीडियोस। सो बहुत लोगों ने बोला इंग्लिश। सो यू एब्सोल्युटली राइट, इट्स गोइंग टू बी इंग्लिश फॉर एवर टिल द एंड। जिनको नहीं पता है कि ये वीडियो और ये यूट्यूब चैनल किस लिए है, मैं बता देता हूँ कि दिस यूट्यूब चैनल इज़ अबाउट फुटबॉल, एवरीथिंग अबाउट फुटबॉल। आई विल बी गिविंग माई ओपिनियंस ऑन द क्लब मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड, also as a neutral fan, थोड़े जगहों पे। Everything is going to be football, so let's get this started. The title itself says that rating every Manchester United player of 2019-20 based on their performance in the Premier League and in all other competitions like FA Cup, Carabao Cup and Europa League, where we progressed to the semi-finals. It's been a roller coaster of ride, or you can say 2 halves of the season. It's been a bad part till January and then the best of best parts in the second half of the season. So Bruno Fernandes, who has been the main engine, or you say the main man to lift the mood of the United camp, or to lift the mood of the Aeon training complex. So we'll talk about that. Let's start with the ratings. Harry Maguire, captain of Manchester United. We'll talk about the guilty part in the end, but let's talk about what has been his doing performance-wise. Some people say that straight away giving him the armband was a big problem, obviously, and 80 million price tag. You see that everywhere, because in modern football, players are compared, players are seen from the price tag rather than the quality or talent. You say quality or talent is preferred second. So for me, 80 million obviously is too high for him, but if he does perform for us, and if he is capable, or if he is satisfying, is comforting for us, 80 million shouldn't be a problem. And if we paid him 80 million, okay, and everywhere saying that 80 million and 80 million is a fraud thing or something, because let's look at Maguire's qualities. He's good at the ball, he has that ability to win aerial duels, but the only weakness is a tortoise. You can't run as fast. So what my dream centre back pair will be that Maguire is a bit slow. He's strong on the ball, he can win those interceptions because he can win those balls, but when he gets dribbled past, you need another cover at your partner, with your partner, that he is so pacey enough to cover those balls if your captain or the other pair is dribbled past. I want that. I feel like you had Gabriel Magalhaes, who can do that, who is pacey, and you have Upamecano, I don't know his pace, maybe a bit, and then Pau Torres. So these are the players you need, so that thing, but they have such pace and they can cover to him, and they also has got talent in Gabriel, but Arsenal has signed them, so it's over. So Harry Maguire has been a decent one because we have finished third. He has also been the reason, has been a bit of errors, bit of things which, you know. So and then the incident, because some say that he was preventing his sister from getting stabbed or something like that, and let's hope everything goes down and it becomes safe again. So Harry Maguire, I'll still give him 7 out of 10. Always he's been shouting at the back line. He's been shouting his throat out at the back line to the defense or to the referees as a captain, complaining about everything, has that passion for United. Don't know he has a United DNA or not, but he has that passion to win games or passion to do stuffs for the United backline. So 7 out of 10, decent for me. Worst season, worst form ever. So you can call it anything you want. So David De Gea has been poor this season, not this season only. It has been going on for the last 2 seasons. After the Spain versus Portugal match, the decline started, and you have to face it, because David De Gea has been one of the best goalkeepers in the world before, and I'm a big fan of him, and he has also been the reason that I'm supporting the club, and it's sad to see him decline in that fashion, because I'm still rate him big, because he is undroppable now. He's in a situation that he is not going to be replaced by Sergio Romero by any means in the Premier League, because Sergio Romero is for Cups and Europa League competitions. So now this season it's going to be a bit tricky, because when you look back, you have Dean Henderson waiting for number 1 jersey, because that's what he wants from our club, because he has done that. He has that right to ask for that number 1 jersey, because he has that PL experience from Sheffield United. He has been one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League this season. So we'll talk about him as well. So David De Gea, still, I'll give him 6 out of 10 still, because though he has been doing errors against Everton, where a draw, if we could have got 2 more points, I can take that story so far ahead. So it's like against Watford, against and many other PL oppositions, despite having a bad season and having a season full of errors, he had that ability, and he had that ability to pull off that big saves and magical saves in bigger oppositions against the big 6. We won 3 games against Pep Guardiola, and he has been one of the reasons, because he was stiff at the back. He didn't give away easy goals. So even after doing some errors and had some poor stuff, bad form, he still is able to pull off those magical saves. So it's 6 out of 10, genuine. We talked about Oli in the first half of the video, saying Oli has 2 halves in this season, and same is applicable for Aaron Van Bissaka, because on the first half of the season, I still remember the Chelsea game where he bullied Emerson and other strikers of Chelsea, and he was like unstoppable against Raheem Sterling and many other opposition. So he was like a different kind of a player in the first half. No one was able to dribble past him, but on the second half he became a bit lackluster, became a bit lazy, and became something mediocre, you call. So it's like, I love Aaron Van Bissaka, but you as a modern fullback, you have to go forward, and you have to be doing much more in the forward line, and has to be putting some crosses, which wasn't there with Van Bissaka in the first half of the season. But after the first half, when Bruno Fernandes came in, players started to gel with the team. So he had that ability to go forward, and was finding Martial in front and Rashford in front. He had to deal with Daniel James, who was supporting him on that flank, because Daniel James was in a decline after that first dream start of 3 to 4 games. Then Aaron Van Bissaka has to be doing everything on his own, and on his, you can say, individual ability. 7 out of 10, also a reason, because you're so damn nervous going forward, and as a modern right back in 2020, you need to go forward. You have to have that intent of going forward and delivering those crosses. You don't have to be nervous. You have to be sure. You have to be clear in decisions, and that right winger problem, when we solve that, he can be improving and he can be delivering that to the right wingers, or he himself can do that crossing things very well. People say that the new centre back who we are calling, obviously we are looking for another centre back, maybe a bit cheap, and I always wanted someone who can be pairing with Harry Maguire, not with Victor Lindelof, because Victor Lindelof has been a bit of like a weak guy who can be easily beaten. Look at those goals that he conceded a bit recently. What are those goals? Obafemi, Southampton, 90 plus 7, 90 plus 8. You can't mark that man, Obafemi, and it's like so pissed off. Like some teams like Chelsea, like Manchester City, or like Arsenal, who are in so casual mode after lockdown, and we were like consistently winning games, and we were so focused on not losing anyone, and still that result of the top four race goes till the end. Because imagine if we wrapped up that Southampton game in a 2-1 win, it would have been something different. We would have qualified easily. Victor Lindelof for me has been a bit below Harry Maguire. So whoever the centre back who is gonna come in for us for becoming a Red Devils at Old Trafford, he has to be pairing with Harry Maguire, and Victor Lindelof has to be put on bench. Victor Lindelof for me has been a 6 out of 10, obviously, because he needs to improve a lot. He has been good in aerial duels, but a bit of in a weaker side than Harry Maguire, so 6 out of 10. Luke Shaw, the one who is being missed right now. We had Brandon Williams for half of the season, and he was doing good there, but after the restart, he completely was invisible, you say. Because I could remember Brandon Williams going head to head against Callum Hudson-Odoi and doing some great job against bigger guys, but after the restart, it was like nothing was working. Everyone was going easy against him, and he looked so weak enough. And Luke Shaw has been one of those guys who can do much more. We talked about Alphonso Davies. For us, he is the Alphonso Davies, because he does that overlapping runs, and which is of a bigger help for Rashford. So he can cut in and he can give it for Luke Shaw, who is overlapping. So it becomes a bit of a tougher time for the defenders who are facing them. Well, this doesn't change the fact that we need a new left back who can be a backup for Shaw, or you say you can rotate with Shaw, because Brandon Williams needs some more game time. He can be sent on loan and can be doing some good stuffs for our team. I want him to do much good stuff. So I'll give 8 out of 10 for Luke Shaw, being one of the most important guys, one of the main star players for us in attack as well, and also in the defensive role. So 8 out of 10. Nemanja Matic. Tables have turned, because before lockdown he was like a kind of a player who was already leaving the club. We are prepared because he was leaving, and we are still trying to find a replacement for him. And after the lockdown, the way he really performed, it has been magnificent, because he has been that distributed for our midfield. Was Pogba in the defensive midfielder, and he gets into the back three along with Maguire and Lindelof, and starts the build-up for the attack line. That has been something so brilliant, because Ollie has seen this trait in him and has given him this role, and he has been doing it very fantastically. And it's been a big surprise that he has been someone very important. He has become a favorite man for me. So, Nemanja Matic, at one time I thought he would leave easily, but now he is given 7 out of 10. I'll be giving 7 out of 10 for superb display, who has been been in a big role for us after the lockdown, mainly in that unbeaten run. Brazilian Fred, or you say Pastor Fred. Let me tell you the story, because when he was signed for 50 million, I saw him play for us in the midfield, and he was completely useless, to be honest. Completely useless. He wasn't doing anything right in the pitch. Everything was going out of his legs. Can't control the ball. Wasn't able to do anything forward and wasn't able to defend too. So on the first season it was a massive downgrade, and after that the level of update he had after the first season, it was absolutely fantastic, because we have seen in the absence of Paul Pogba, he has been that midfield maestro for us, because Paul Pogba wasn't there and Bruno Fernandes wasn't there. So someone has to step up, and this guy stepped up. He was so stiff in the defensive midfield, and he was giving some balls to the forwards too, which was easy to convert. So Pastor Fred, magnificent. I would surely rate him high, but still I would give him 6 out of 10, because after the restart he was completely invisible. He was disappeared. So, and we were, as I said, we were in a situation that we can't be rotating often, because Oli was sticking to the first 11, the strong 11. We don't have any quality on the bench, including Fred, because he wasn't doing much better after the restart as well. So 6 out of 10 needs to improve a lot. Scott McTominay, a 23-year-old box-to-box midfielder who has been now the weakest of the midfield three that we have. Exclude Paul Pogba, because Matic, Fred and McTominay, you have that odd man out as Scott McTominay, who is yet to prove big like Fred has done and Matic has done, and Paul Pogba is obviously doing it across all competitions. And McTominay is struggling to get his international call-up too, because obviously there has been many competitions in his country as well. So McTominay needs some more first team action, but we were in a situation that we can't be giving any extras first team chances. So Scott McTominay needs a loan, I can say, to start, who can be a starter in some other club and come back proven and can start and fight for the 11. So still I would give him 6 out of 10, because he has been doing well in the absence of Paul Pogba for around a majority of the season, because Paul Pogba and Fred has been a standout performers when Paul Pogba wasn't there, and Matic was a bit out of form in the first half. So 6 out of 10. Keep smiling, it's Bruno Fernandes, the one who has changed the whole mood of the Manchester United club. People saying he has been named as the penalty merchant or whatever, I fucking don't care, because he has been that guy who has changed everything for the club, who has the tendency to change everything for us regarding trophies as well. What a guy. He came in and he was like, he put up an immediate impact for us, and he was all over the place. He was running all over the pitch. He was everywhere, asking for passes, was trying to find the forwards. Martial and Bruno Fernandes was like linking up very well. And Paul Pogba, when he came in, we were like dreaming of having Paul Pogba and Bruno Fernandes when they are gonna play alongside each other, and that happened one day and was magical. The Europa League, even in the cup, we can't bench him. That's what we had in the quality, because we had Andres Pereira and Jesse Lingard. We will be talking about him in the later stages. So Bruno Fernandes, he had to do it everything on his own, in his individuality, with Paul Pogba also coming in after the injury, after the lockdown. Rashford was injured too. So Bruno Fernandes linking up with Igalo. So everything is like something brilliance, individual brilliance. So he obviously is gonna get the highest rating, 9 out of 10. I love him so much, and surely in the Man United race he can run up to 34 or 36 kilometer per hour. Even Rashford can run for that pace, and Daniel James can run for that pace. So these two forwards, and he is compared with them in pace. So he has that pace, just couldn't stick the ball to his legs because all he has is a bad first touch. Or you say, people saying that he's more into the fashion senses than the training, than the hard work on the pitch, and people say that he has some emotional or sympathy thing kind of thing in their family. He's been taking care of their family. You can't say that because everybody has been through some or the other thing. All you have to do is to focus on the pitch, not like gaining sympathy out of the pitch. So all he does is run all over the pitch, and you see two examples, two players who are running over the pitch. Jesse Lingard, who runs all over the pitch, Bruno Fernandes, who is all over the pitch. The difference in quality is what speaks. This guy has that sympathy, and still after the goal he scored and after that family matter, the people are convinced that he should stay. Andres Pereira, according to me, is he has that pace, but he doesn't use his brains well. He has that brains to do some extraordinary things. At times you look at him and he passes, he gives a weighted pass. You think that he has that quality. He can do that. He can give that ball, he can provide it to the forwards, but still he needs to use those brains very efficiently because all you have is a milliseconds time to give a pass. Or you had to be thinking very wisely and very quickly, which he doesn't do, and he ends up being look like so stupid. So the reason why I have both of them in the same sentence is because they are same in quality wise. They aren't using their their quality, what they inherit, or what they're capable of. They aren't using it wisely. So Andres Pereira I would give 4 out of 10 because he has been underperforming. 5 out of 10 for Jesse Lingard. The only reason why he isn't preferred to the lineup by our fans is because he doesn't have those legs. You compare him to Rashford, Daniel James, Anthony Martial, who is so pacey, and when Mata has been put on right wing at times. I read a tweet in Twitter saying that if we have Pereira's legs and Mata's brain in one person, he can be a world-class player, and I perfectly agree with that. Well, Mata has been fantastic. He has been linking up very well in Rashford. Some long balls has been magical. It's delicious. So it isn't joyful to watch even Mata on the pitch. But sometimes you need to have some legs. You need to have a bit of a dribble and go forward, and you should be a bit pacey because his experience has helped us a lot. He has obviously scored some goals which were important as well, like in the FA Cup against Wolves. So 6 out of 10, genuine. So yeah, that's it. No, that's not it, because there's still many players that are to be rated. They are left, the likes of Marcus Rashford, Daniel James, Anthony Martial, and yes, also the loanees who have performed out from a club and has been waiting for the chances to be given. We'll be giving some reviews in the next video about them. So if you're still here, please like and subscribe the video and share it with your football friends, because it's going to be interesting in the upcoming weeks, because the new season is going to start, and we'll be having some match analysis and post-match talks about what all things were right and what all were to be done. So please like, share, and we'll meet in the next video.